So I must have been in like 5th grade at this point. Like 5th grade. I'm not really sure. It was like the winter of 5th grade, I'm pretty sure though. And this is like a wrestling match story. And I've been in a lot of wrestling matches. Like I've been in like, I'm talking like hundreds, if not close to 1,000. So obviously I can't remember every single match I've ever been in, but the story I'm going to be telling you guys today is probably one of the most memorable matches of my entire life. And the reason it's such a memorable story is, well, for a lot of reasons. Number one, it was definitely like a huge tournament type of tournament. So I was gonna remember how it ended regardless of like what happened in the matches. So let's just start at the beginning. So first of all, my dad woke me up at like the ass crack of dawn so that we can get to this tournament a little bit early. Because what happens is we get to the tournament early and I check all the bouts to see who I'm gonna be going against throughout the day. That way I can check their names, I can check their matches, and then I can watch them wrestle before I go against them so that I know what to expect when we go face to face. So I'm watching one dude that I'm going against, and I noticed there was a wrestler standing next to me, and he said some shit to me, and we started talking. And then I found out that we were both scouting the two guys that were wrestling against each other. And I just want to have this out in the open. When I go to a wrestling match, I don't plan on being friendly to people. I plan on going there, fucking shit up, and leaving. Just like all the parties that I don't ever get invited to. But I was talking to this dude, and I think we had like a mutual friendship or respect for each other because we were just talking shit on the guys wrestling, so I think that was something that we had in common. And eventually we came to the realization that considering we were both watching the same people wrestle each other since we were scouting their matches, that we were in the same weight class. Meaning that if we won all of our matches, eventually we would have to go against each other in the semifinals. And to make a long story short, we didn't suck, so we won all of our matches and eventually we had to go against each other. And I wasn't really too excited about that because whenever I go against someone, as soon as I step onto that ring, I plan to just fucking kill them, basically. Like, I don't want to know the dude, I don't care what his name is, I want his family to watch him suffer under my wrath. That's basically my mentality going in. So we had like a quick conversation before the match started. We were like, listen, I don't want no trouble, I don't want to like, you know, hurt you, I just want to win. No hard feelings after it's over though. There we go. So when the match started, it was like a pretty close match, I remember, because the guy knew what he was doing. Obviously, not as good as me, but you know, he was good. And actually, at the end of the first round, it was like I think it was like tied or something. So the ref flipped the coin, it landed on red, which means he got to choose the starting position for the round. There's neutral, there's top and bottom. It's gonna start sounding a little gay, I know. Just bear with me. But anyway, he decided to pick bottom, which basically means he has to somehow escape, stand up, get away from me, and then he gets a point. And my goal is to flip him over onto his back and pin him, and then I win the match. So he picks bottom, we get in the position, ref blows the whistle. And since I was even scouting his matches, I knew what move he was gonna do as well. So he does this move called a stand up, which is pretty straightforward. He stands up. And since I knew he was gonna do this, I anticipated him making that kind of a move. So when he did the stand-up, I put my arms around his waist and I planned to just throw him back onto the ground, basically slamming him as hard as possible. But there was something that I did differently that time, and it wasn't on purpose. It was just that I grabbed him and I put my leg in front of his leg and I think I hooked my heel inside of his. And the way that I threw him down, his hip went and his leg was like, yo, bro, that's not how I bend. And I kind of snapped his leg in half. And when I say I kind of snapped his leg in half, I mean I heard his leg snap in half. Like, if you ever got a really long sheet of bubble wrap and then just like twisted it all at once, that was basically his leg. So anyway, I slammed him onto the ground as hard as I could, breaking his leg in the process, completely on accident, and then he started to scream, which, you know, pretty understandable, I guess. And I said in the middle of the match, I was like, are you alright? Which I've never said something in the middle of a match. It felt very weird. But he was like, no, I'm fine, just keep going. And when he said that, I was like, good, because I was going to keep going either way. And then I pinned him about 2 seconds later. And as soon as I pinned him, I remember the first thing I thought was not, like, being concerned with his well-being. I stood up and I said, fuck yeah. Which shows you what kind of 5th grader I was. So then I got up, I was cheering, I was happy. I wasn't cheering, but I was, you know, pretty happy. I was trying to act kind of cool after I said fuck yeah with winning, because that's not really cool when the dude who you kind of are friends with is laying on the ground with a broken leg. But yeah, so that's how I won that match, and I'm never gonna forget that, because I've done that move, that like takedown, like 1,000,000 times, and out of all the people I've ever gone against, I could think of a lot of people I would have loved to break their leg. He probably would have been like the last person, because he was the only guy who I ever didn't hate going into the match. So yeah, that was That was a thing. And then I went to the finals, and I don't even know if I want to tell you what happened. I think I could make an entire video out of that, actually. So, you know what? If you like this video of me telling stories about me wrestling, give this video a thumbs up down below, and maybe next week we'll do a continuation of what happened in the finals, because that match pissed me off a lot. I remember that very well, too. So, guys, I'm curious. Leave some comments down below if you have ever done something to a friend. Like, what's the biggest dick move you've ever done to a friend? I think that's a good question. If you have any stories relating to that, leave your stories in the comment section down below. But, guys, I do hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up down below. Also, if you missed my last video, that's going to be right there. And, guys, that's really all I've got to say on it. So, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next Monday. Peace.